Members of the Defense and Foreign Relations Committee have questioned Kenya's deployment of its forces to the Democratic Republic of Congo. The MPs claimed while the country was facing pressing matters, billions of shillings will be spent to maintain its forces in DRC. But Defense Cabinet Secretary Aden Duale said Kenya's forces will play a critical role in returning peace and stability in the war-torn eastern Congo.
Good afternoon. My name is Memusika.
The Defense Secretary was before the Defense and Foreign Relations Committee to seek parliamentary approval to deploy Kenyan troops to the troubled DRC as part of the East African Community Regional Force. This follows President William Ruto handing over to the force the Kenyan flag, putting the troops on standby.
But the initial deployment is for 6 months, based on how long that engagement will take place.
That is just a period of 6 months and so on. But that is talking general. I can assure you of that. We are going to be in this committee with you for a period. We went to Somalia thinking that we are just walking there and coming back. We are still there 15 years then later. Even here, I assure you.
The Kenyan forces, if approved by Parliament, will go to the front line to combat rebel forces battling DRC forces. Kenya goes into DRC not on a peacekeeping mission, but as a combat force against the M23 militia.
The one with the peace enforcement mandate has been given the mandate to use whatever force is necessary to disarm or to neutralize these armed groups.
Our forces will support in disarmament. They will support in demobilization of the many armed groups.
MPs remained skeptical of the country's decision to deploy its troops to DRC, warning of diplomatic power games at the center of the conflict.
Belgium have been there, French have been there, the British have been there, the Americans. So it's like we are joining the bandwagon. And a country like this is always easy prey for proxy wars. What is our strategic approach as a country?
If the French has failed, if the Belgians have failed, if the Americans have failed, we will succeed.
What are we going to do? Because now we are deploying against Rwanda. We are deploying against M23, which is purported to be supported by Rwanda.
The proxy wars between DRC and Rwanda, Uganda, all neighboring. Every countries have their own issues. So all that has been taken care so that, in fact, our forces will pass through Uganda, they will pass through Rwanda on their way to eastern Congo.
The deployment of troops means billions of shillings to maintain the troops and equipment dispatched. With the country reeling from drought and famine, the MPs questioned the move.
And we are funding money to go and support some other people outside, whom we are not even aware if we are going to win that war. For this war has been there from before we were born, and it's here even today.
Thousands of residents have fled eastern DRC as heavy bombardment between M23 and DRC soldiers continue, with the humanitarian crisis escalating. Sam Ogina, Citizen TV, Nairobi.